people will be able to go watch it later to get some of the scoop. And we kind of decided to chunk these up into like a kind of constrained like bits of things that we're working on, but that doesn't mean you can't ask questions about anything here. We're going to try and constrain conversation a little bit because we are going to have more of these, and we want them to all be a little bit unique. So yeah, like Six said, this one is about NPCs. There's a whole bunch of stuff that that touches, and there's a bunch of different like kinds of NPCs and stuff like that we're working on. So to start off, I'll say we are on. There's a bunch of people gathered right now on Feather5 factions, one of Feather Frog's islands here. I'm going to do my best to play games and hang out and talk, but I might, go up bodies. We'll see how difficult that is, and we'll adjust as necessary. It's the first one, so yeah. In the meantime, so I'll just. Oh, did you want to say something, Charles?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say we're aiming to do these every 2 weeks or so. So yeah, expect this to be happening regularly, and yeah, we got a ton of cool sneak peeks, a lot of stuff that's coming to the game really soon, and if you come to these, you get to see it early.
Yeah. So I'll actually set out this first game, and I'll just rattle off a little bit about what we're working on. So strictly related to NPCs. Before I do that, I'll just say, in case anyone here missed the like sort of AMA slide presentation we did a few months back, that outlined our long-term plans a little bit more. So I'll just briefly recap the long-term plan in case anyone who's not aware that like we're pushing towards like around end of year to do like a more mainstream launch and have like a big like marketing push around that. We're planning to launch to Steam and Epic, and we're making a bunch of preparations for that now, and we have like this feature set that we're working on that we think will boost retention significantly. We're working on a lot of stuff to like, first of all, like open up creativity tools. You might have some guesses about what that looks like. I'm not going to get into it today. We're also doing a little bit more overworld and progression stuff. So fishing was kind of our first step into that. Fishing obviously isn't like as much UGC cleaning as a lot of this stuff that we've done, but it's like our first step into. It's a system that can exist on an island. There's progression coming for it, which is going to be pretty cool. And there's going to be other systems like that. We'll talk a little bit about it today because it touches NPCs, but I'm not going to get into the depths of it because I think we want to save some of the cool reveals around that for a future session. So that's a little bit of the recap. If you did miss that one, if you go to the Legendary Bulletin channel, there is a recording, and we show the slideshow. All right. And I'm just going to rattle off about NPCs, but if anyone wants to jump up on stage, you're welcome to. And you can interrupt me, and I'll just get back to the best. So let's talk. First, what's coming like very soon? And it's clearly like going to be the first step into NPCs, and it's kind of cute, and it's built off a lot of like underlying systems we've been working on to make NPCs work on islands. So islands will spawn with the nav mesh. What that basically means is like NPCs, non-human entities can navigate around the island, which is necessary for a lot of like basically all the NPC functionality we have coming. So your island, when it starts, it's going to generate a nav mesh. NPCs will know how to get to like points of interest and walk around. So what you're going to see soon in the next batch is planned is these sort of, we're calling them like lore NPCs. They're kind of these persistent characters in the world. And right now we are catering them around certain features in the game. So for example, there's a fishing one, and these NPCs will kind of teach you through like these systems as we add them. So there's a fishing one. They're going to teach you how to fish, literally and figuratively. So they're going to be kind of like the first onboarding one. So give you some fishing tips, teach you how to fish. There's going to be, with like the fishing progression and stuff that's coming, there's going to be a little more in depth the fishing system. So they're going to guide you through that. There's a game one. There's like a combat game one. And there's a racer one. Those are the three that we're going to launch with. And there's going to be more over time. We'll talk very briefly today about hunting. We plan to have a hunting one as well. And yeah, they're going to be kind of your guides through these systems. So part of their purpose is tutorialization, but there's a lot of cool stuff that is coming for them too, where you'll be able to like kind of build a relationship with them, and ultimately like they will gate progression in certain ways. So you like do stuff for them, and they'll unlock items for you, and then you can go and like craft those items. So they're going to be like characters in the game that you need to talk to and interact with, and they'll let you progress. And what's kind of interesting, they like spawn randomly on islands, and there's going to be like one at a time spawning. So it won't be uncommon that you'll have one of these fellas on your island, and you can go up to them, chat with them, and do stuff for them, and they'll give you blooms and progression and stuff like that. I have some concept art for them. They're actually already in the game, but I just got some concepts from our art lead to share here. So these concepts are far behind what's actually done, because they're going to be walking around on islands in the next patch. So I'm just posting in the side chat here. Here's our fishing guide. Pretty cute. And you can see, obviously, they're kind of following the aesthetic of the merchant. And what's really cool about this, the way we designed this, like the faces are all using the same shader, same one as the merchant. So they're out of the box expressive, and they can have different like emotions and stuff like that. That's the racer, and here's the combat one. There's no the back shot here is a little bit simplified, but he's got some ultra blades on the back there. I'm saying he, but really they're all kind of like genderless beings. Yeah, this one's got like bullets on his chest, some grenades and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, your first experience like as a new player with these will be like, oh, you haven't played like deathmatch yet. You should play a deathmatch. Okay, you did it. Oh, you haven't played like this yet. Blah blah. Or like you haven't played games. Let's play a game. You haven't caught a fish. Um, yeah. So these are the like persistent character NPCs, and kind of our hope with them too is that the community will pick them up, maybe meme them a bit, like we've been memeing Topo a lot. That's been great, and Topo's kind of like the least substantive character we could have delivered. And these ones will have a little bit of personality, so I think we can all have some fun with them. That's my hope. Cool. So yeah, first release of this, there's going to be kind of walking around. You can talk to them and give you tips. We're kind of just testing the system out, and making sure nav meshes work on people's islands, and we're going to have to make some tweaks around that. Kind of like how we had to make some tweaks after we launched fishing. Fish weren't spawning right on people's islands. Now it works pretty well. So that's kind of the plan. So that's type 1 of NPCs, character NPCs, and these ones aren't customizable. I'll kind of go in order with the types of like when we plan to release them. So type 2 would be what we're calling hunting NPCs, monsters. I've shared a little sneak peek of this before. If you're in the Legendary Palms or Legendary Bulletin channel, and I'll do a little bit of stream.
Well, let me turn off my stream so you can stream.
Oh, you can keep it. Oh, I don't know how it works. Yeah. Let me. So just gotta download these videos. Just got someone on the team to capture a few videos of these NPCs. They're pretty cool. And I will stream. Just trying to figure out how I can not stream my files. Go. All right. I think you should see my stream now. This is one. Can you see at 6?
Yep.
Verify
Looking
we see
good.
this. All right, this particular one. So these are like the most basic enemies, and these are the ones that we have working ball right now. So I think all these captures are just these guys. But I'll show you the concept art for the future ones after this. So these NPCs are like little hostile mobs, and we've done like kind of simple ones. Like we don't have a humanoid one right now, but they're pretty cool. This one here is just showing off the ragdoll. So you kill them, and they kind of just like ragdoll away. They'll poof, and maybe they'll drop items. I'm not going to get into that kind of stuff. There's a lot I won't talk about with these NPCs today. But there is some stuff I will talk about kind of after introducing them. You can make some guesses based on this environment that's up here. This is one of the ones I posted. So they can attack in a variety of ways. These ones are just lobbing grenades. Those will be reskinned probably to be more interesting, but there might be some customization that will allow here to let you like have them spit different stuff in certain context. Here's another one. There's different types, and these ones are kind of represented with different shapes. Let's show this one again. I don't know how this video player is working. So this one's like cube, and it just kind of like does an AoE. And the cool thing about this is we reuse all the like grenade effects and like hazard effects that we've created. So there will be like a frost AoE, there'll be a poison AoE, all that kind of stuff. And things get interesting when there's a lot of them. They're pretty easy to defeat one-on-one, but this is showing like multiple types. This red one, he's a cylinder. Forget what he does. Here's the ice one. Ice cylinder. Right. So the cylinders shoot stuff at you. That other shooting stuff at you one was a little bit old, but the cylinders shoot stuff. The circles attack you, and the cubes do this AoE thing. So altogether, they kind of have like a little bit of like a rock paper scissors you have to do when fighting them to keep it interesting. So yeah. Anyway, that's the blobs, and those are the ones that we're kind of working with in defining this hunting game. All I'll say is hunting, and don't ask me anything else about hunting because I'm not going to tell you anything. I will show a couple more little concepts here in terms of other NPCs.
Wait, yo, Zom, before you showed up, let's move to the next island, yo.
Soup.
We're gonna move to a nifty golf club before you show it, Zom. And we
Too
need
late.
golfing in game, by the way.
I know.
All right, invited, yo.
All right, so here we go. I'll show this fella now. So this is the second sort of hostile mob NPC. Oh, one thing that's cool about these, sort of like the other, how those other NPCs had their faces expressive. All these hostile ones, they have this eye pattern that we follow, so they can do a bunch of different stuff. And our artist has some kind of funny stuff in here too, where they can like they kill you and then their eyes say GG. So this is kind of a little walker. I think we're calling it a raptor, and I'm not going to explain everything here, but I'll let you kind of guess about stuff. What are these canisters? Oh, they come in different variants. That's interesting. This one has a gun coming out of its head. What's going on? Who knows? I don't even know. I just got here. And I'll show you the last one. That's it, yeah. This one we're calling the wasp. Kind of like the bee. Again, it's got these expressive faces that can do all these types of different expressions. What are these strange canisters? I don't know. This is a flying one. So we have kind of a blob, jumpy, little slow. That's the easiest one to kill. Least interesting. The raptor, more of a walker, faster than the blob, more threatening than the blob. And the wasp, which flies and shoots, attacks, all that kind of stuff. It's got a stinger. Yeah. So with those three and like a bunch of variants of them, and then like different kind of like quality or difficulty tiers of them, there's a bunch of like interesting stuff that we will be able to do. I'm gonna stop the stream. You can go ahead and stream again, and
Gotcha.
I'll just keep rattling to the next type of NPC here. So I mentioned. Well, it's sort of a subtype of that. So these kind of like hostile NPCs, they're going to have two applications. One is hunting, which I'm not going to talk about too much, and the other is playground games. So the idea is you'll be able to place them in playground games. I guess that means hunting is not in a playground game, but so in playground games. You all know we have some stuff that's coming out to make playground games a lot more diverse, and one of the things that we're going to do is let you like place spawners for these mobs, give them like teams, and give you some control over their behavior, so you can make games more interesting and more of like make more PvE games. So that will be one use case for them. Should be pretty cool. So yeah, I guess that's type 2A and 2B of the NPCs. So type 1 being kind of these characters that walk around your island. Type 2, A and B being these mobs that are used in and out of playground games. Yeah. Type 3, the last type. And this one's a little bit further off, but just because we're actually working on the other ones right now. But shouldn't be that far off. It's not the biggest lift. Is custom NPCs that you can place on your island. So I think something that a lot of people want to do is like give their own island a little bit of lore. Place NPCs that are like reskinnable and can have like custom behaviors, custom dialogue, all that kind of stuff. So I'm making like a golf island. I want to put this character from a game called Mario Golf named Mario on my island, and I want him to like give you a little tour of the island and tell you what you should do, what games to play, whatever. Maybe give you some custom tasks that you can do, that kind of stuff, and some custom objectives, custom quests and stuff like that. Again, that stuff I'm not going to get too much into today, but with like some of the like customization options that we have coming, more like custom like objectives for your own island and stuff like that, progression on your own island. That's stuff that is going to be coming not in like the next month, but in the next like few months. So, sorry, I'm just trying to tiptoe around certain things I don't want to reveal yet. So sorry if I'm being a little cryptic in some areas, but yeah, so that's where it is. So that type 3 again is like more fully custom and customizable NPCs that are catered toward your island. So with all of that, like it buys us a lot. We get this like bit of world feel and tutorialization in like an interesting way with characters that guide you around stuff, and progression as well with characters that kind of gate each like avenue of playing the game, like fishing. You have to fish to level up the fishing character, and like games, you have to keep playing games to develop your relationship with the game characters, all that kind of stuff. So we get that. Obviously, we get a lot with the like monsters, and there's a lot that I haven't revealed there. There's this whole massive system that's going to kind of like define the overworld gameplay and progression a lot of Nick. and then type 3, more customization on your own islands. So that's the overview of NPCs, stuff we're working on, and stuff that's next for NPCs. So I think that's probably the end of my spiel, although I've probably forgotten some things. But yeah, you may feel free to hop in, ask questions. Otherwise, we're hanging out on this island and we're fishing. And Six is the vibes guy. And Charles, I don't know if I put you on the spot here, but I don't know if you have anything that you wanted to say specifically.
Yeah, I guess I'll just say with NPCs, like they're a big part of getting Nifty to a place where when you arrive on an island, you don't have that problem of it being kind of empty or like fully reliant on players banding together in creative ways. We want it to be that you arrive and you're like, there's a gotcha to spin. There's NPCs walking around telling you to do things. There's NPCs you can fight. It's going to make it feel much more rich and engaging off the bat, especially on if you're the first person to show up to an island. So, big part of that kind of overworld that we've been talking about, like richer overworld, giving people more of a sense that islands are living things, living environments. So yeah, I think it's dope. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to hop up.
Let's go. We'll accept you all if you request it. Yo, Zone 20s are 1v1 happening.
Did we not do that? I feel like we did it, and
but they haven't watched it. It's not in public.
Oh, okay. If you want to embarrass me, if you want to just pull my pants down in front of everybody right now, you can do that.
Wait, Jugman. I think Jugman wants to go up in the stage. Let me ping him real quick. Stage is now open.
So I'll just recap too, just because I think a few people came in. And these campfire chats, they're just kind of a low lift thing we can do more frequently, and we're planning to do them every 2 weeks. So casual, come in, play some games, hang out with us, ask questions.
Oh wait, Jacob Bradley is racing the front. Okay, Mox up speakers now. Just invited you, Jacob. There you go. Welcome to the stage.
How's it going, guys? Thanks for having this. It's awesome to see you guys still cooking. I know you guys are always cooking, but it's just good to see progress towards that one world or open world kind of overworld view, having things to do and more interaction. You know, I guess my question was, Zunk, you were talking about the mesh for the characters to walk around your island. Is that something that we as island owners set, or is that something that's automatically pulled out based on terraforming? How is there anything you can give us on how that works?
Yeah, it's actually all automatic. It's computed on the server, and it's working pretty well. And there's probably going to be a bunch of kinks to work out. But yeah, you won't have to do anything to it. If you did want to, if there's a way we could do that, but I'm not totally sure.
Is there like certain things that, you know, I'm sure we'll figure this out over time, but is there stuff that you guys have seen that, like, you know, different surfaces that it's staying off of, like certain grades of terrain that it's like not climbing, anything like that?
Yeah, so you're right. Certain like steepnesses it won't, like certain small areas, if the area is small enough, it won't spawn out of mesh. And one of the ones that we're working on is so with animation support coming out, the nav mesh, the network like animations and everything. It's kind of a problem that we're going to push off a little bit with like NPCs being able to walk on animated stuff. So for right now, they're going to avoid animated stuff as well. So, but pretty much anything else. So as long as it's like reasonably walkable and large enough, then it will be navigable by NPCs.
Awesome. I guess that's the only thing I could think of as I was listening to you guys. Was just kind of curious how that was going to work. Only thing I'd say is like maybe it'd be awesome if we could like block off certain areas from them going. I don't know, because I'm sure there's going to be certain areas where they get stuck. Maybe.
Yeah. So we do have. If they get stuck, they'll just kind of poof.
Okay.
If they get stuck too long in one spot, they'll poof away. But yeah, that would be a nice tool. I think just like a block off. One note with the nav meshes, and this is like just a generally tricky thing with nav meshes. More tricky in our situation than most because of UGC. Classic scenario. Why did we build this game? Just kidding. But making like linking the nav meshes, if there's like disjunct portions of them, there is it's just tricky to do that. So it's extra computing. We can do it. It's just something that's going to probably follow. So if you have like a very jumpy island with like small platforms to jump between, the NPCs will not jump between those right now. They're just going to kind of walk around. And for the ones that we defined for like the hunting NPCs, the hostile mobs, those ones are kind of built to not really like jump between things, and we're kind of designing around that. In the future, it's something that we can tackle those. So better link different parts and have NPCs able to navigate between separate net meshes. So for now, big walkable areas are best.
All right. And I guess one last thing before I hop off here. We're going to get our agents is like navigatable NPCs soon?
So the AI agents.
Yeah, when Mad Dog roaming Nifty.
Yeah, we actually haven't built it to support them yet, but there's no reason it wouldn't. So like, yeah, I think that will probably come with like the kind of customizable NPCs, that like third type I defined, and then you'll be able to kind of set their behavior a little bit, and I think that could certainly just be one of the behaviors or like settings is like link in a AI agent for like the conversation module basically, and then you can have them walk around the island. You can have them, I don't know, run or just kind of patrol an area or stand in one spot. Kind of anything you want. You want to make like a little like vendor who kind of sits and talks about their wares or something like that. You'd be able to do that.
Sick. Thanks, Unc. Thanks, Charles.
Yeah.
Thanks, Six.
No problem.
Yes,
Excited to see what you do with it.
So Chuckman is right. Stage. Hey, what up, Chuckman? Long time, bro.
What up, Nifty
We miss you.
Island team? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me up. I appreciate it. Appreciate the time and the space. Also appreciate all the information you guys are sharing.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, I actually have a really cool idea for you guys, and it's really geared toward the musical talent that's already here within the Nifty Island ecosystem, which I see several of you down there in there, in the listener panel community. Evo, obviously Too Fat is his name. We've got Tracks and a few others down there that I'm sure I'm probably missing, but I have a great idea, and that great idea is kind of piggybacking off of your AFK Island. You know how you guys have the AFK Island and people just sitting in the game get sent there after so long. I had another idea that's kind of off the side of that for the music talent. So basically, what I think would be really cool is for those that are making music or already have music made and on the platform. Maybe it's not on the platform yet, but people coming into the ecosystem with you guys expanding to Epic and all that, like you said. I think it would be a really great idea to be able to have those musicians and music creators an option within your platform to submit that music. Obviously, we already have that capability with the marketplace and the creations tab and all that. But where I'm getting with this is allow them to create specifically an island that people can just go and hang out on and go view their different tracks physically there, and maybe have it kind of like a uh, proximity sound system to where they can have billboards there, and then they can put that song on the billboard, and once they get into that certain proximity, then they can hear and listen to that song, and then obviously use the scan option to go to that song, or to whatever link they have to take them to that platform, so that way they don't have to go and search on Spotify or whatever else be the case. And then that can pretty much be like their music hub. I mean, I know that they could um, create an island for that, but this could be like a feature to where they don't have to waste a whole island, and you could make it to where they don't have any game capabilities on there or anything. It would just be like a sponsor island for their music platform. So that's kind of something that I was thinking of as I've been working on getting my music on all platforms. So yeah, search
Cool.
DJ Jagman on Spotify or any music platforms and go check it out.
Nice. Yeah. Well, okay. So yeah, as you were talking, the thing that popped into my head is something that we wanted to do actually, like very early on with this. We kind of fell away with it from it was having these proximity based just like sound emitters you can place, and you can pop a song into it if you want. It feels like that would get us like at least to like 80/20 the problem, um, and let you do it on your own island and make exactly what you're talking about. But so then the next part of it is kind of like sound like centralizing the island a bit, or like can you explain a little bit how you saw like not doing it on your own island? How would that work? How would people find it? What would it look like?
Well, no, I meant that like you could make it a kind of like how you guys have those capabilities to where only palm holders could have these certain capabilities in game. You could have a form that you have the musicians fill out, and then that would give them access to that option on your guys' platform on your game, to where then they can create their musician island, and then it'll be specifically that. Um, sure, they might still have to pay blooms for it, but that would give them that capability of having like their music spotlight island or whatever you call it, and then that could be just the island for them highlighting their music. And that way, like on certain islands, you have so much stuff there, that to where it takes up so much space, or you have a theme or whatever. And I think that this would be really cool to be able to just have that separate island, that only has those capabilities for artists. So then that would open up the chance for you guys on your featured islands section to maybe add like the artist island section on the map. So then they can go and cycle through the artists and go find who's making music like physically on island. And that
That's
would
cool.
be, that would be a way to where not only could you have your featured islands for the people who are creating dope stuff, but then also you could have the artist featured islands. And I'm sure like as we grow, like I know right now we have a few handfuls of artists that have been within Nifty. So you've got the five wheel island to where you can have five featured, just make it a five featured every week, these five artists, and then a rotation, just kind of like how you have it right there. I mean, Six God is showing that right there on the map, so that kind of makes it a visual for me
Yep.
now too. So that's dope.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So my thought is always instantly like how how can we do this with like how can we expand our systems to like make this a more possible? And I think some of the things that we've talked about in the past might enable this well. Like we might effectively get the same thing if so. First of all, like we have sound emitters, you can play music in proximity on your island, and then like maybe like a template island for things like that that lets you do that, and then for the map functionality we want, something that we talked about, and I know Charles was like pushing this for a while, was like the ability to kind of like tag your island as like this is like what my island is. Is it an artist island? Is it a game island? Is it a fishing island? And then if you could kind of like search by those tags on the map or filter by them, because I wouldn't put this on like the top level like featured map, right? But I think we all agree probably the top level map needs maybe to be refined a little bit, and then like something like this could be like you click like artist islands, and then suddenly you see the 5 island wheel, maybe more islands, and it's
Yeah,
filtered
yeah,
down to
like
like this
almost
type of island.
right, like almost have a tab system on the map to where you could filter like certain types of islands. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That would be really cool to where it'd be like, oh, these islands are styled in this type of like, um almost like you could do it by artist or like musician or creator, that kind of thing. Like these people have similar styles, so then it's like put in this subtype, just like you said how you have tags, so then they can just label it how they want, and then those would feed into the kind of the SEO type of algorithm, and then it would pop up on those. Yeah, song. That's dope. Like that.
sweet, awesome.
Well, thanks for your time. You guys know that I could talk forever. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, and I'm still here. I've been grinding and doing some other things, but obviously you see I still got my 40,000 island staked, so it ain't going nowhere.
Cool,
Yo,
cool.
I saw you
Appreciate
drop
you,
a new
Jackman.
album, Jackman. Is that a new album on Spotify?
It's a single.
Yeah.
Yep, it's a single.
Oh
I'm
shit.
working right now in the
Go plug it right
background.
now, bro. We got you.
Appreciate it. Dude, yeah, I'm working really hard right now to try to get my EP. I'm working on dropping an EP, maybe hopefully in the next week. But it's gonna be more kind of like house EDM style. So I know a lot of people like that shit. So
You upload it in the
let's go.
marketplace. Let's go hard.
Hell yeah, bro.
All
But
right,
hey,
thanks,
thanks a lot,
Jackman.
you guys. I'm
Yeah, thanks
gonna
for the question.
Wow, bro.
let everybody else jump up. Hey,
Yeah,
don't let me and JB be the only voices up here.
Where's
Y'all better
Jay?
hop
pop up
up. Me
y'all.
and him.
Yeah, especially if you have NPC questions, NPC thoughts. That's
Yo, I
the
think on
topic
the
this
next
week.
one,
Yeah.
Charles, now we can do this on a VC. I think it's gonna be much better. If just a voice chat.
Oh, that's going to be insane. Is that what you want?
I like it loud. It's always chaotic in the
um,
events.
are we hopping islands here? Do we hop?
Yep, we're at Nifty Bora Bar.
Oh,
Yo, we should take a
it's already
photo with you
full. I
guys.
missed it.
It's been like a year already since I took a photo with Charles and Zach in game. And you should start
If anyone
building
else
islands
requesting to
again.
come up,
Nope. Just us tonight.
So everyone's satisfied with NPCs. No notes.
Wait, what's the ETA on NPCs, Zach?
Oh, I love that question. I like when people ask when.
When?
But for this first one, we have patch planned for a couple of weeks, so it's not too
Oh,
long.
cool.
That patch is going to be it has some good stuff, but it's not going to be the biggest patch. The stuff coming
Yeah.
after is like a few like large technical efforts that are converging about like a month from now. So that's like the really exciting stuff. Some stuff that we haven't talked about yet. So
Yep.
There we go.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
an NPC question, and then I'll let it on over to tracks. Some of y'all might get a laugh out of this, actually. So can we are you guys gonna allow us to vote on if we would like to have some Sims style NPC action going on? Like, for those who can't find a friend or a loved one, maybe it'd be nice to, have a little honey or a handsome man in their hut,
I love
you
it.
know,
Yeah,
be able to cook
yeah,
dinner for or something, like take the trash out for her. Hey honey, I got the trash bag. Don't you worry.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God. I'll stop.
So, it's not a bad question. I mean, we would approach it less from a soulmate and more like a pet approach. But what we're kind of thinking is so you could consider this part four, but we were kind of thinking to like start with something like this, and we decided to go a different route, but almost more like somewhere between like Tamagotchi and like Animal Crossing type neighbors, settlers. They can come to your island, and they have like you have like a relationship with them. They can get bored and leave if you don't talk to them long enough, or you can like exhaust them, or keep them there long enough that they kind of just grow old and leave, and you get something good for like actually keeping them there long enough. And we decided to take a little more time with it because we thought like this is a good opportunity to kind of influence how you build your island. Maybe you want to build them a house. Maybe they like certain things and you want to place certain things in their house. Maybe they like certain fish. And items and crafting is going to be a lot deeper in the future. So that kind of thing is something we've actually really delved into and took a step back from it. But if we want to, throw a type 4 NPC into the mix here, that's what it would be. So sort of like Animal Crossing type villagers with wants and needs, and they might leave if you don't treat them right. And yeah, something like that would
Yeah.
be really cool.
We're a girlfriend simulator now.
That's
That's
right.
your question. Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then Too Fat brought up in the chat about the Web3 Gaming After Dark series. We always had these little nifty at night VCs. It was like
Oh my
12
god, not
o'clock at
those
night for most people. We'll just leave it at that. But dude, they were wild. Let me tell you, dude. Definitely keeping 2 toes down to the pavement at all times.
Shockman does say that. I'm easy in the VC, bro. By the way, Trucks, welcome to the stage.
Hey, Trax.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Looking forward to the NPCs coming to Nifty. Just had a few questions, just about some things I know you had teased before. Definitely one is as far as content creation is the scalable drones. Is hopefully we can get some scalable drones soon, so we can either tuck them
Yes.
away or even make them like Pixie Fairy size or something. Just so that we can get them away for pictures. It's nice when you can take a picture with them.
Yeah,
and
actually,
yell at everybody to move the drones.
I have a good update there, actually. So we actually have that work done, and we were gated by one small thing. So we did a little bit of work on the drone because obviously there's some things that are quite annoying about the drone. Sometimes you don't want the drone at all, right? Get them out of the way for pictures.
Yeah.
Get them out of the way. A lot of the times it's nice to show them off sometimes too. So basically we did a little bit of work to, yes, they make them rescalable. So you can have a much smaller drone. Because sometimes, especially with some of the skins, like they're quite large because some people want to cover up the shell entirely. And then hiding them, toggling the drone on. So yeah, we actually have that work done, and just need to like kind of push it out. So we can get into a patch pretty soon.
Dope. Can't wait to see that. And also, and I've said it a while ago too, but even like scalable avatars, like in infected mode or like certain game modes, would be really cool to have like an avatar be giant size. I remember playing the Other Side demo, and just like it was just so cool to see like the giant ape running around or a coda running around, and it just made them look even more. Just it made it just more grand, because you just have like this boss looking character running around. I thought that was really cool. And another thing too is I know Jagman kind of touched on it with the music island, but even just in the future, is there any plans on introducing live stream screens? I know right now, I think people underutilize the MP4s. Being able to upload videos and use them on your island. You can kind of already make a very like music video centric island, I guess, and with your own work and everything. But I think like just having the live streams, for me personally, and I know a lot of people that still build other places like Hyperfi and Decentraland mainly because of that only. So I just know that like if it plays with Island or Pearls or some way, I just know that it'll be something that people would be willing and wanting to spend money on, mainly because of the fact that we wouldn't have to sit in a Discord like this, and I wouldn't have to switch back from window to window, and like then I'm missing AFK in the game, and then I get booted out of a game or something. And it's just nice to have all of it in world where the content is all in world and everything is created in world, and the promo you can make from that, or the events you can host from that, because you can then live stream real life events. I think would just be super powerful. But if you guys have any plans on that in the future.
Yeah. So it is something that's very much on our radar because it's been highly requested. It's basically been put in the like nice to have for this upcoming launch bucket. So it is like that's actually like pretty high on the list, relatively speaking. That and like like playing YouTube videos and stuff like that. So we've done like a spike on it, and we might get to it. We have sort of like some buffer time baked in between like the required feature work that we had planned for the launch and the launch itself. So it's like I can't give a yes or no on whether it will be done in that time frame, but it's a maybe. And then I can say it's like certainly high up on the list on our radar. So.
And even if it's not a live stream thing, like just with the MP4s when you're on an island, it'd be really sick if maybe like the video you're watching turns into a mini player on the top left corner or something, and you can still continue to watch the video as you're doing your thing. Like if it's like, let's say if you're doing a movie premiere or a video premiere or whatever, and just because when you watch it, you like when people look away from it, then they have to restart every time they look at it. And it kind of like you always get frustrated or whatever. But since it's already like implemented. Just maybe a mini player or something like that in the future too would be something cool. Like since it's not as, as much bandwidth or like hectic as a live stream, because I know live streaming is not something as simple as just like flipping a switch. It's really complicated.
Yeah, and just for like my data points, when you say live streaming, what kind of stuff are you looking to show?
I mean, just like basically like how I've done in Decentraland, like just doing the live stream sets, but like they can watch the set from in world, or they can watch a expo event, or we can watch an Apple live stream on YouTube together, or like anything that's public domain and all that. We can stream inland, and since we're already multi-streaming anyways, we're already streaming to Abstract, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and everything. It's just like another place where an M3U8 link can reach, and it just shows up on a screen. Just because. I mean, with the MP4s, like I said, I uploaded like a 14-minute long video once, and when people come to my island, they can watch the DJ set. But if they look away, then they can't watch. They'd have to restart it from the beginning again. It's all with M3U8s. That's what we use for streaming, and it's just the technology's already out there. Hyperfi's already has it open on their GitHub, so I'm not sure if that's another you guys can look at, but I know that it's just it just makes hosting events just way more powerful so that we don't have to be in Discord or Twitter, and people don't get, some people don't even have the capability of keeping a browser open while they're in a game, or vice versa. So, just a small little tool. I think that is that's why I think Decentraland is still what it is. Honestly, it's because of live streaming. And that's like, if you look at the same thing that's happening in live streaming in general, like where people like Kai Cenat are on the cover of Times Magazine. Like there's no doubting that a live stream just brings so much more attention to things. And if like someone would stumble across a stream with numbers like that, and then like, hey, you can also watch this from in my game, and also play this game and earn whatever, or get rewarded, or play this raffle, or jump on this leaderboard. I think it would just be super.
How does filtering works in the Decentraland? I'm curious, like in live streaming.
Like basically, you just like turn on your OBS, you'd stream like you would to any other link, but you'd have like the link plugged into your screen, and then when people come into the land, the screen would be playing
filtering. Like for example, someone stream a movie or anything that is pirated, is it going to be taken down or what?
See, that's the problem. That's what I even told Charles about a while ago when I brought this up to him in the first place. Yeah. Like, there'd have to be like you'd have to have them fill out a little permission thing in the beginning. Like you will only stream your own original content or whatever. That's where the issue comes in, where people have abused that before in the past, because I've seen it happen.
Even in VR
movies, I've never done it. But I've like walked into somebody's land and they're like watching a movie together, and like, you know that it's like it's in the movie theaters right now, so it's not supposed to be streamed. So that's where like kind of the issue comes in. But I guess that's where you'd have to have like not a firewall, but just like, hey, make sure that you're filling this out. You're 18 to stream, and you can do this, and you won't do this, and that's the hard part of it, dude.
Is that something possible to be automated, Zunk?
Does what?
Is that something possible to be automated, like filtering of live streams?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's even harder too because you see what people do with Pump Fun, but that's
Yeah, true.
that's like the ultimate evil of like live streaming. So that's you even got to watch out for that type of stuff too, I guess. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess it would definitely have to be something worked out. But yeah, I think it would just be something valuable to Island, and I've already seen what it's done, so
Mhm.
I know what it can if it keeps people in a world like Decentraland for years like this. I mean, it's really a powerful tool, and a lot of people left because they weren't able to just keep what they were already building and doing. They were just like wiped clean and would have to recode and redo every single thing on their island. So, but yeah, no, and I actually kind of like even not having it too because it also like look at Roblox. You can't stream into Roblox and look how successful it is. You can't really stream into Fortnite, but some of my most fun experiences in Fortnite were going to a concert and watching Steve Aoki or watching Marshmello and Travis Scott. Like it was fun watching a screen and Stevie Aoki's DJing on it, and I'm watching him, and I feel like I'm there in a concert together, watching with my friends. So it just brings more of a social aspect to
Oh, true.
things
I think
versus like
I think seasonal events in game, not just in Discord, would be really good. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
just makes it all happen in world versus
Yep.
having to be on multiple
Yeah.
platforms at once. But
For sure.
those are my only questions, and it was just the drone and live streaming. Besides that, man, I just like I said, I'm been enjoying the summer. I actually love the slower times, and being able to really like lock in with who's locked in right now. It's been fun. It's been a great summer so far.
Oh yeah. Nice. Thanks.
Hope
Thanks
you're
for
enjoying the Ultra Blade too.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm ready to start slicing watermelons and cucumbers. Those are my two on my list that I gotta make videos
Fruit
of.
Ninja time.
Yeah, you should do a Will It Cut series with the Ultra Blade.
I've gone full Power Ranger mode. I just need a Power Ranger or Iron Man suit or something, and I can go like full on, exactly living my dream of having weapons and feeling like Alex Becker Jr.
Oh my god. Yo, Mike, welcome to the stage. I'm Mike. What is up?
Hey, there I am. How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me up.
Hey, how you doing, Mike?
Hey, doing well. Thanks for coming out.
Pretty good. Pretty good. My question has to do with pearls. Is there going to be a time when pearls will be used in the marketplace so we can sell assets for pearls to people who don't have island and don't have any crypto?
Oh, you're ahead of the curve with that question. Yes, is the answer. And I think before we I don't know if I want to get too much into that yet. I think we're gonna do a couple focus groups on it, but we started working on some stuff. But the answer is yes. We're definitely going to be definitely things will be purchasable for pearls, especially with the Web2 audience. We're hoping to came with the Steam launch and start marketing too. Obviously, things need to be purchasable for pearls. So, yeah. Good question.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. You guys are doing awesome, having so much fun, and love seeing all this new stuff come out. So, yeah, let's keep it going.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Mike.
Yo, Zoncross, are you guys still in game? I'll take a picture. We go
Yeah,
all
I
to it. Okay. Are you guys in this island?
I'm on.
Wait, I'm gonna leave the
Okay,
game.
I'm on Bora Bora right now.
Oh my god.
I was talking too long. I ended up on Bloom Springs. You see, that's what happens with me. I always end up on Bloom Springs. I talk too much.
I'll send y'all invites. Can you move to
It's pretty close.
Botanical? I need to take a photo with you too.
Also, real quick, shameless shield. Don't forget to use the Trax creator code, fam. You know what that time it is.
I think it's the most
Bomb,
used
drops
creator
drops
code right
mic. I'm out.
Wait, let me find
Number one
Zakat
code. Keep it going. Where are you guys at? Bagany Cove?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just jumping on there.
All right, I'm still in the
All over
game
place.
here.
Quit it. Just kidding.
I like this floaty snipers game. It's pretty zen.
Yep. Your tractor saw you had your first Google. What was it?
I didn't get it yet. It comes at the end of the month. I had to order it for like a back
Actually,
order,
asked
but I
Charles.
didn't have to spend. I didn't have to spend $1 million to get it. I spent
Yeah.
like $30 to get one, so I was happy.
I actually asked Charles if he could put Labubis in the gacha.
Yo, no. Because Labubas are a little harder because you have to ship them physically. But like I'm telling you,
Yep.
RWA Pokemon cards or just collectible cards
Mhm.
are literally going to. That's what I'm ready to stuff into my quest over the next few
Same.
weeks. Literally
courtyard cards.
RWAs, ripping Pokemon cards. Like people love seeing that type of stuff. And if it's a
Agreed.
game they can earn that type of stuff with, I think those like eat that shit up.
Yeah, I
Bro.
love the idea of quests with like more real world prizes. I think would be great. Would be really appealing to a wider audience.
We need
Yeah,
Mr.
exactly.
Cards.
There's a new website called Fidgetals that's really been pushing and like doing airdrops to random communities, and I'm still like iffy on them because they're just new, but they're almost just like Courtyard, but more so in the Pokemon side. And I'm just learning a little bit more about them, but yeah, just it seems like Fidgetals and Courtyard are going to be, big pushers towards just using crypto to buy RWA items. I mean, I think the RWA, like me just opening up the physical sword, and just like, and people just love seeing something attached to a game that makes it even more. When they see when they see Ultra Blade swiping around the game now, it's like, oh yeah, Trash got his blade. He's making videos with it. It's fun. It's like I'm not doing it intentionally. It's just I just love collecting stuff, and already been collecting stuff before I even knew what Web3 was. So it's just a matter of now collecting stuff that I own in a game too that I could tell. It's a cool story to tell.
Totally.
Agreed. Yo, guys, it's almost raffle time. Make sure you get your quiz out because if you win, we'll be checking out if you tweeted out a photo or no. Yo, Zippy, I just invited you to the stage, man. Our one and only shot caster for Dark Raiders. Oh, it's Brentwood. Yo, Brentwood, it's been a long time. Just sent you an invite as well to the stage for a real pop.
Brentwood in the hood. What's good?
Yo,
Hey, how you doing?
glad to see you again,
Hey,
man.
great. So, hey, quick question for. Well, I wanted to second what Track said with the streaming in on the island, like in game, where everyone can watch something together on in game. That would be amazing. I've had that in my thoughts. I've shared maybe once or twice, and yeah, I definitely second that. Throw that out there, and then getting back to NPCs. I was wondering if they'll be more like customizable when it comes to like you doing something with them on your island, or just is at the moment it's just they're just less interactive right now.
Yeah. So, and customizable, you mean like, will you be able to like
Yeah,
change
like
with it?
change their weapons, their gear, or like the way they look, or the way they walk. Maybe if they dance or something, or do something while they're standing around. Just more
Yeah.
in-game customizable, or because right now they just pop in. I notice. But yeah, I just wanted to know if you could just be more customizable when the time comes. And then I wanted to
Yeah.
ask about. I saw the fighting ones. That looked really cool. Like when it comes to, will you be able to like edit their HP, maybe their mana or whatever, their stamina. Uh, just little ideas and thoughts that hit my head. I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Let's
yeah.
dig in a bit. So I'll start actually with the second one there. So those kind of like hostile NPC monsters that you could put in playground games and stuff like that. And the idea, yeah, you can
Yeah.
you'll be able to customize them as much as we can let you. So yeah, HP, probably like their attack damage, attack rate, certainly spawn rate, and all that kind of stuff. And what they attack with, are they like elemental, that kind of stuff? Yeah, that's all going to be customizable. So good news there. And that's the kind of thing we'll also like just expand over time, based on like what we see people doing and
And
what like walls people are running into.
also, if like you have an NPC on your island that you want it to interact with folks that make your island in a specific way or certain way, I was thinking that too. Like, will you be able to somehow be able to interact with it so when folks come, or edit it to where folks pop into your island, it'll interact in specific ways you want it to, or do
Yeah,
things
yeah,
you'd want it to,
right. So now, so you're
rather than
touching
just
on
kind of randomly coming in and being random at the
yeah.
moment.
So that's touching on what I was calling like type 3 NPCs. So these are the ones that you can customize. And these ones are the least defined right now. The other two types we are currently working on, and these ones are like we've laid down the base system of customizability, and this is like the next thing we're going to do with them. So yeah, the idea is yes, you'll be able to like reskin them, give them like points of interest on your island and like places that maybe they can even like talk about, and, like show people. Define like how they move around. Are they wandering? Are they patrolling? Are they standing in an area? Maybe even give them like a certain like a path to walk or something like that. And then I think the big one is like dialogue and giving them a custom dialogue tree with like events you can hook into. And this is something we just recently discussed. And that would let you do more like even like story mode stuff on your own, right? So you go talk to this NPC, they're like, hey, this door is locked. Like the camera zooms over to the door. It's like there's got to be a key around here somewhere, blah blah blah. And it's like, maybe there's another one that wants something, you trade them for a key, I don't know. But all that kind of stuff is doable with some of the logical interaction stuff, which I'm not digging into too much today, but we'll cover in another one of these. But yeah, that stuff, probably most things you can think of there, like relatively simple things like I mentioned, are on the table, and you'll be able to like do more of like an overworld kind of interactable setting with your island. So yeah, anything else there that like I didn't mention that you think would be useful?
Off the top of my head, not at the moment. But no, this is great. I love the MP, them coming to the world and able to interact with non-player characters.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what's coming up next. Thank you. That's all I got for now. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good
Thanks
to
for the
see you,
question.
Pramod. All right, guys, we are now officially wrapping up the stage. We're gonna give out 3,000 looms to 5 winners.